The Daughters of Mars is a 2012 book written by Thomas Keneally. It was a book that left me with mixed feelings. Before we get into that though, let's check out the blurb so we know what we're talking about. In 1915, two spirited Australian sisters join the war effort as nurses, escaping the confines of their father's farm and carrying a guilty secret with them. Used to tending the sick as they are, nothing could have prepared them for what they confront, first near Gallipoli and then on the Western Front. This book has some great parts in it, namely the scene on the ship Archimedes when the first lot of wounded arrive, and another scene involving the Archimedes that I won't go into as that is in spoiler territory. In that scene where the nurses get to deal with their first wave of wounded at Gallipoli, the author does a great job of describing the chaos. Each bit flowed into the next like someone breathlessly describing the mayhem of smashed bodies, dwindling supplies of morphine, and no space to lay the stretchers as yet more casualties arrived. But apart from those handful of scenes across the 500 plus pages, the rest of it is really kind of boring. For such a story-rich part of history, Keneally's characters are all just grey and plain. Even the two main characters are people that by the end of the book, I didn't really care about. I think the main reason for this is the writing style. This is one of those books where the author thinks that they're cool enough to not use speech marks. I've come across this in other books. I'm looking at you, Cormac McCarthy and Margaret Atwood, and I think it is an awful artistic choice. I fail to understand the choice to make your book harder to read. It slows down your reading pace as you have to keep doubling back to reread paragraphs to figure out who's talking or work out if they were talking or if they were thinking or if it's the narrator's voice. It's a very frustrating way to write a book. This internal thought style of writing made this book feel flat and passionless to me. The book also seems to drag on and overstay its welcome. I feel like if it was 100 or 200 pages shorter, it would have been much better. A better length, a better pace, and a chance to give it a better ending. The ending, let me tell you, absolutely sucks. It was, in my opinion, a real cop-out. After slogging through all those pages, I wanted something much more clear and satisfying. This is the author that wrote Schindler's Ark, which became the movie Schindler's List. I've always wanted to read that book, but after reading The Daughters of Mars, I'm seriously reconsidering that plan.